Role of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs. You have already learned about the life history of silk moth and the frog. The caterpillar has to pass through various stages to become an adult moth. Similarly, the tadpole passes through certain stages to become a frog. This change from larva to adult is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis in insects is controlled by insect hormones. In a frog, it is controlled by thyroxine, the hormone produced by thyroid. Thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. If the water in which the tadpoles are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, the tadpoles cannot become adults. Reproductive health. The physical and mental well-being of an individual is regarded as an individual's health. The World Health Organization (WHO) has defined reproductive health as the total well-being of behavioral, emotional, physical and social aspects of adolescence. To keep the body healthy, every human being at any age needs to have a diet, exercise, and personal hygiene. Nutritional needs of adolescents. Adolescence is a stage of rapid growth and development. Hence, a diet with proper calories and other nutrients is needed for proper growth and physical activity. A balanced diet is very much important during adolescence. A balanced diet includes proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and vitamins in requisite proportions. Our Indian meal of roti or rice, dal or pulses, milk, fruits and vegetables form a balanced food. The nutritional deficiencies during this period not only retard physical growth but also impair intellectual development and may also delay sexual maturation. A very good amount of proteins and carbohydrates is necessary during this growth period. Apart from that, adolescents need certain dietary components. Chips and packed or tinned snacks, though very tasty, should never replace regular meals as they do not have adequate nutritional value. Minerals. Since there is an increase in skeletal mass and blood volume during adolescence, the body needs calcium, phosphorus and iron. Calcium. Calcium intake needs to be increased to prevent osteoporosis in later life. It is present in milk and milk products or other equivalents. Iodine. It helps to prevent thyroid gland related diseases. Iron. Iron builds blood, and iron rich foods such as green leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, dates, fish, chicken, citrus, Indian gooseberry or amla, and whole pulses are good for adolescents. Lack of iron in the diet results in anemia. To make up for the loss of iron, adolescents need to have a diet rich in iron. In boys, iron deficiency occurs due to muscle spurt, whereas in girls, it occurs due to menstruation in addition to muscular growth. Personal hygiene. Everyone should have a bath at least once every day. It is more necessary for teenagers because the increased activity of sweat glands sometimes makes the body smelly. All parts of the body should be washed and cleaned every day. If cleanliness is not maintained, there are chances of catching a bacterial infection. Menstrual hygiene. Girls should keep track of their menstrual cycle and be prepared for the onset of menstruation. Girls should take special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual cycle. Making use of disposable napkins or tampons may reduce the chances of infections. First of all, girls should realize that menstruation is as natural as any regular physiological activities like breathing, drinking, eating, urinating, and defecation. Girls are advised to use sanitary napkins or tampons rather than cloth. It should be changed frequently depending on the menstrual flow. If a cloth is being used repeatedly, it should be cleaned with soap and hot water and dried in sunlight for reuse. Physical exercise. Walking and playing in fresh air keeps the body fit and healthy. All young boys and girls should take a walk, exercise, and play outdoor games. Physical activity leads to conditions of better health, sound sleep, and thereby mental peace. Mental peace promotes happiness in day-to-day existence. Adolescent pregnancy. You might be knowing that in our country, the legal age for marriage is 18 years for girls and 21 years for boys. This is because teenage mothers are not prepared mentally or physically for motherhood. Early marriage and motherhood cause health problems in the mother and the child. It also curtails employment opportunities for the young woman and may cause mental agony as she is not ready for the responsibilities of motherhood. Say no to drugs. Adolescence is a period of much activity in the body and mind, which is a normal part of growing up. So, do not feel confused or insecure. If anybody suggests that you will get relief if you take some drugs, just say no, unless prescribed by the doctor. Drugs are addictive. If you take them once, you feel like taking them again and again. They harm the body in the long run. They ruin health and happiness. You must have heard about AIDS, which is caused by a dangerous virus, HIV. This virus can pass on to a normal person from an infected person by sharing the syringes used for injecting drugs. It can also be transmitted to an infant from the infected mother through her milk. The virus can also be transmitted through sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. Points to remember. Adolescence is the period of reproductive maturity, which lies usually between the ages of 10 to 19 years. During adolescence, a child's body undergoes many changes physically as well as mentally. The onset of puberty or development of secondary sexual characters and maturity of reproductive parts are controlled by hormones that become functional at the onset of adolescence. Hormones are the secretions of endocrine glands without ducts that secrete them directly into the bloodstream. Pituitary glands secrete hormones which include growth hormone and other stimulating hormones that make other glands such as the testes, ovary, adrenals, etc. secrete hormones. Testosterone is the male hormone and estrogen is the female hormone that brings about the development of several secondary sexual characters. The uterine wall in a female prepares itself to receive the developing fertilized eggs. In case there is no fertilization, the thickened lining of the uterus wall breaks down and goes out of the body along with the blood. This is called menstruation. The sex of the unborn child depends on whether the zygote has XX or XY chromosomes. It is important to take a balanced diet for overall growth and development during adolescence. It is important to maintain personal hygiene during adolescence.